Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the secret lives of the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So notice the thumbnail. It says the secret lives, and then take the V out, the secret lies of the narcissist. These are two things the narcissist has in common. They have secret lives, and I will jump into that, and they enjoy lying, fibbing, whatever you want to call it, hiding the truth and planting seeds of untruths, flat out lying. Now, keep in mind the secret life of the narcissist. You may be saying to yourself, well, wait a minute, I'm not a narcissist and I have some secrets that I keep from people. Sure, of course, I know you do. We all do. But keeping your Cabbage Patch Kids collection from the 80s to yourself is not really a secret. It's a hobby that you love and you don't want to share it with some people because maybe you'll be a little embarrassed or teased, but it's okay. It's the Cabbage Patch Kids. Having said that, the narcissist has secret lives, and what they do is they want to lock down sources of supply, whether these are family members, friends, colleagues, coworkers, neighbors, acquaintances, people in hobby groups and or communities they were and or are a part of. Once they get their fuel sources locked down, what they do is they go looking for other fuel sources, other shiny new objects, other people to engage in relationships with. And many of these people you had never even heard about or known about. When you were in the relationship, let's say it was a romantic relationship, whether you were married or not, doesn't matter for this video, but let's say you were in a romantic relationship with the narcissist. Well, did you ever really know where they were when they weren't with you? Now, you gave them the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps they told you they were working, or they were tired and they were sleeping in, or they had to go visit a long lost uncle halfway around the country for a week or two or a month. Or they told you that one of their friends just went to the hospital, they have to check in on them for a week. See, these are all red flags, each and every one of these. Now, I'm not saying that caring for another individual is not what we should be doing. That's what we should be doing. But the narcissist, remember, they don't care about anybody other than themselves. So back then when they would be telling you they're visiting somebody, maybe they're visiting their mom or dad and they're having hard times, or they just want to check in on them or whatever. Were they doing that? Maybe. But were they doing that for the length of the time that they claimed they were doing that? I doubt it, because the narcissist cannot sit still and they do not want to have to take care of people. The narcissist attracts people to them, and the narcissist wants to extract resources from these people. Now, the narcissist, if there's nothing in it for the narcissist, they're not going to lift a finger to help anybody out. Now, you may say, Andrew, that's a little tough pill to swallow. Well, think about the relationship you were a part of. Did you have to pull teeth to get the narcissist to do anything for you? You probably did, and then you probably apologized for doing it afterwards, and even then the narcissist didn't do what you wanted them to do. You see, the narcissist looks at people as opportunities. They look at people as ways to manipulate, people that don't know their own value or worth, or people that once they're placed in the trauma bond, they can't break free because they don't know how they got there, and perhaps they did fall in love with the narcissist, or they are still tethered because the narcissist is their parent and they're being guilted into doing certain things. But what happens here is the secret lives of the narcissist that are littered all throughout the relationship. Think about this. Think about when you would text the narcissist, if they would get back to you in a timely fashion, or if they would get back to you at all. Maybe they would tell you, oh, I'm going here, which is maybe an hour or two, 5 hours away from where you live, but they're telling you that they have no cell phone service. Well, in this day and age, we have cell phone service pretty much everywhere. I understand it's not everywhere, but for the most part, it is everywhere. And why would you go to a location that doesn't even have cell phone service these days unless you're going on an adventure, i.e. wink, wink. See what I'm saying? The narcissist, you never can trust them. Their secret lives are left, right, and center. And on top of that, they will lie about anything. Now, again, I am not a doom and gloom person. I'm just shedding to light that you gave the narcissist so many opportunities when you were in that relationship. You most likely were a people pleaser or giving to a fault. You probably did not have boundaries. Maybe you did or did not know that you were an empath and you didn't know your worth or your value. And you thought that the narcissist was somebody who they claimed that they were. That was not the case. The narcissist wore a mask. They manipulated you. They became like-minded with you. They figured out what your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, your goals were, and they glommed onto those, and they said, yeah, we can do all those things. That's great. We can create a family. We can build a business. We can relocate. We can start a relationship. They would say all these things, and then you would put your hopes into that relationship thinking, wow, this is great. This person actually is caring about me, and they really want to be with me, and they're really putting on a lot of adoration into me. Well, what happens there? That's the love bomb stage / euphoric stage. That's when things are moving way too quickly in the relationship, because the narcissist has now done their homework on you. They've figured out who you are and what makes you tick. They've done their reconnaissance, and now they figured out that yes, you will be a viable source of supply for a period of time. And then they got really close to you. Perhaps they even love bombed you harder than you had even imagined, meaning back then you didn't know what the love bomb was, but they were really going over the top. Maybe they were showering you with lavish gifts, taking you around the world. Who knows what they did? But as soon as you uttered those words, I love you, or as soon as you said, yes, let's move in together, or yes, let's sign the loan for the mortgage under my name, or something like that, they knew they had you. When they knew they had you, that's when they pulled back, because that's how the cycle goes. When they pulled back, you wanted more of the relationship from them and with them, and they wanted to give you less because they didn't want to have you be enjoying their company, because now they can take the mask off and they can watch you squirm, and they can extract all of your resources, which again include your time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy. Everything that makes you you is what the narcissist was trying to take from you, including your identity and your health. But when they pulled back, what do you think they were doing with all of that time? They were looking for the new source of supply. They were looking for other people to be your replacement. They were looking for other relationships that they could throw in the juggling pit. Picture at the circus or a carnival. You have a clown, and the clown is juggling all these bowling pins. Well, at one period of time, you were one of the bowling pins. Rough analogy, but I was too, so I can say it. This is what the narcissist does with people. They juggle relationships the way that clown juggles bowling pins. And they never ever want to stop the juggling. They want the juggling act to keep on going on and on and on. And what they really want to do is they want to make sure that all those bowling pins never get to meet each other. They never get to touch each other or stay in contact with each other. Because if two of them were to figure out who they were, then the whole juggling act could be disrupted and ended. Now that's what the narcissist does. They juggle with people's lives. They juggle with people's futures. They juggle with people's relationships and hopes and dreams and everything. Now that is just one aspect of the secret lives of the narcissist. I'll give you another one right now. Let's say that your spouse or parent was the narcissist, and they had a job. Let's say it was traveling salesman or something that kept them on the road frequently. They had to be away from you, because usually the narcissist wants to be away from you. And what would they do when they were on the road? Well, you thought that they were delivering the goods, or they were giving speeches, or they were teaching, or they were attending seminars, etc., whatever they were doing, or selling. Now, maybe they were doing some of those things, but in their free time, what were they doing? They were getting sources of supply lined up. No matter what location they were in, that's what they were doing. So let's say that you lived on the east coast of a country, and you lived with the narcissist there, and then the narcissist claimed that they had business to do on the west coast. And usually the business would be maybe a couple days. Well, this time it's going to be 2 weeks. And you're like, why would it be 2 weeks? Every year it's always been a couple days. And then they give you some lie about why it's 2 weeks. Why that could potentially have been the case? Because they have a source of supply lined up, ready, waiting for them, either living on the West Coast or who's going to meet them out there. And they want to spend 3 or 4 days doing their work, and then they want to take the rest of the time as a mini supply fuel pump up and get supply from the other 10 days. This is what they do left, right, and center. Now, do I have evidence of this? Of course not. But then again, I am a stable, healthy person, just like you are. And I was in the narcissistic relationship. It almost took me down for the count. I'm sure it almost took you down for the count. And we gave these people too many chances. We were giving to a fault. We were believing in their words, and we're believing that their actions would match their words. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could be further from the truth. These people will sell anything to you as long as you believe it. That's why you gave the narcissist so many chances. That's why you gave them so many opportunities, because you were believing in their words, which many of those turned out to be lies. Now, the secret lies of the narcissist, these start and end very easily with the smear campaign. The smear campaign is nothing but a series of lies told about you, probably from the beginning of the relationship, whether you know it or not, until the relationship has long passed, until the dust has settled, and until you have healed. This is exactly what the narcissist wanted to do. They wanted to instill the smear campaign, and they wanted to twist the knife into you. They did not want you ever figuring out that A, the smear campaign existed, or that B, that they were administering it, or C, that they were spreading the untruths about you. But what happens along the way is you do get little doses of understanding that falseness or lies are being told about you once the relationship ends. And sometimes you even figure these things out when you're in the relationship. But you turn a blind eye when you're in it, because you can't believe that your spouse or the person you fell in love with will be talking badly about you. But then what do? You realize left, right, and center that your own immediate family members may not be talking to you. Your friend group perhaps is not talking to you. Colleagues are not talking to you as much, and people are being a little cold to you. They're giving you the cold shoulder throughout the relationship. Next thing you know, you're discarded, the relationship is over, you have to put yourself back together. You uncover a lot of the smear campaign because flying monkeys were swarming all around you, and perhaps there were a few people that were good in your life and they told you what the narcissist said about you even when you were in the relationship, but they couldn't tell you back then because you were in love and you wouldn't have believed them. But now, post-relationship, you will believe anything because you cannot understand and wrap your head around how challenging that relationship was, and that how somebody could wear a mask for so long and manipulate somebody as smart and intelligent as you. This is what the narcissist does. They have secret lives and they tell secret lies so frequently. You could even spin it this way with a non-secret lie, just a flat out lie. What do you think gaslighting is? Well, they're lying to your face. They're telling you right then and there that your version of reality, or what you thought how things were, it wasn't that way at all. And they're trying to paint the narrative the way they want because they want you believing in them and they want you believing in the mask, and they don't want you believing in yourself. This is how the cycle goes around and around. And the narcissist has done this so many times in their life. It wasn't to just you, but what we care about, i.e. me, what I care about is you, the person in the community, the person healing, the person looking forward to entering the mountaintop of indifference. And that's what we must do. We must slow our lives down and understand that, yes, the narcissist was a nasty, toxic person. They did have secret lives. They did have secret relationships. They did spread lies about us. They did parental alienate us with our own kids. They did triangulate us. They did gaslight us. They did give us the silent treatment. They did blame shift. And there were all different kinds of abuse: verbal, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial. Every way of abuse possible is what the narcissist dishes out. And the reason they dish it out is because, number one, they can't regulate themselves, but number two, they want what you have, which is anything of value, from your money to your looks to your health to your network of friends to your occupation to your hobbies. This is what they want. And when they get what they want, that's when they usually end the relationship. And what do they do when they end the relationship? Well, it usually ends with a thought of crash and bang, and you do not get closure. You have to give yourself closure. And you have to come to terms and to grips with the secret lives that they had and the secret lies that they told. Now, I am not saying forgive the narcissist by any means. What I'm saying is you have to now conserve your energy and place it back into yourself. Because once you've healed, you understand that the narcissist does not deserve 1 second of your life ever again. They don't deserve to see you, to hear you, to know about you. They deserve nothing of you because you gave them the best of you, and they gave you nothing in return. Now, why I share that is the healing path, again, it's not linear. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. But in your time, you will heal if you use the tools that are provided for you on the channel and in the community. The healing path will take you super high and will take you super low. And along the way, you will uncover perhaps a couple secret lives of the narcissist, maybe many. You will certainly uncover the lies that they told. Some of them. All of them? No way. Because you can't count how many lives that they've had secret lives of relationships with, or how many lies they've told. What they did do, though, is they took their best shot at you, and they thought they would take you down for the count, but they didn't. You're picking yourself up by the bootstraps. You're dusting yourself off and you're healing. You're entering the third version of you, or you are about to enter the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. And you have risen through the ashes like a phoenix, and you are now stronger and galvanized. You now see the world through a different set of eyes, a set of eyes you never thought was possible. But now you know that a lot of people on the planet don't have your best interest at heart, and the narcissist is at the top of that list. So before I close the video, just think for a moment. Think about all the times the narcissist was not with you, and they claimed that they got a flat tire, or they claimed they had to stay overnight here, or they claimed that they didn't have cell phone service, or they claimed they had to go away for a seminar for a week, or they claimed that they would go on the same vacation with you, but they would go 4 days earlier than you. Why in the right mind would somebody go on vacation with another person and somebody would go a couple days ahead of time? There's only one reason why. Because they want to appear single in that vacation spot so they can get new sources of supply, or maybe even rekindle with former sources of supply. And then you show up on the scheduled date to go on vacation, and sure enough, what happens? The narcissist freezes you out because they're topped up with supply, and they want to punish you for even going on the vacation even though you're paying for it. Yes, that did happen, and so many other things. Narcissism is prevalent on the planet, and for those of us who did not experience the narcissistic abusive cycle, my hope is you never do. If you have experienced it, understand that focusing on yourself and drowning these people out and going no contact, blocking them, deleting them, and removing all flying monkeys and people associated with them is the path. Understand that your energy and your time and your resources are priceless. You need to heal. You need to focus on yourself, and you need to come to terms and to grips with who the narcissist really is, because they are not the person you met in the beginning of that relationship. They're not the rosy-cheeked, eyelash-batting person who perhaps looked great, but behind that mask was nothing but an empty shell. Who they really are is the person that they were the last time you saw them, when they discarded you or when you ended it. The real person behind the mask is a toxic, shallow, hollow person who spews toxicity, and that toxicity no longer goes into you because you now have boundaries. And my hope is you block them, and perhaps you've relocated, etc. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I absolutely loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you. And didn't want to trigger anybody or upset anybody, but the narcissist does have secret lives. You were just one part of the secret life during the time period you were with them, but you thought you were the main part, and maybe in fact you were. But it doesn't reveal the fact that when the narcissist wasn't with you, they're capable of anything. And all the games and the manipulation and all the tactics that they implement on people that they are close with, these will continue to go on and on and on. So we never really knew, but the signs were there, the red flags were there. We just didn't trust our instincts or our intuition. Now we are doing just that, and we are really understanding that not everybody has our best interest at heart, so we have to protect ourselves. I love you all. God bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to close it right now.